So yesterday, we have discussed Git local repository. So up to this part only, we have discussed. Okay. So how to like add our files into staging area, then how to commit. Okay. And also, if we commit, how to revert also we have seen with the revert command. Okay. So like commit, you can also do the revert. You can also do the revert. Okay, that also we have seen. Revert also we have seen. Okay, so we have seen add the files to staging. Okay, if you want to remove the files from staging, that also you can do. We have one more command, that is removing the files from the staging. So we have command rm hyphen catch it. Rm hyphen catch it. So stash, it didn't stash till now. Okay, so stash is a temporary location. Okay, what is stash I will explain later. So today only I will explain. You can add the files to stash area using stash, and also you can get the files from stash area to your directory. Okay, working directory. So let me rename it as working directory. This is your working directory. Okay, so using again stash pop command. Stash pop command, we have stash pop, we have apply command, like that we have stash apply. You can bring the files from stash area to your working directory. Okay, so remote repository. So from remote repository, okay, you cannot directly revert or remove. What you have to do is, suppose if you want to remove the files from the remote repository, remove files from your local system, then commit it, then push it. Like that you can do. But directly from remote repository, you don't have any command. Okay, so today we will see this staging area catch, removing files from staging area and also storing the files to stash area. And again, getting back the files from stash area, we will see. Then we will discuss remote repository. So yesterday we are getting some error, right? When I'm pushing my code to remote repository. Okay, so before starting this remote repository, so these two topics we will discuss. Okay, so let me go to our Git repository. So new, yeah, Git bash here. So now I'm in master, right? So let me switch to my new branch. So how many branches we have here? If you want to check the branches, how many branches available in this under master? Okay, you can check using git branch -a. Okay, git branch -a. So yesterday, like I have pushed my code to remote. Okay, that is the reason it is also showing remote repositories. Okay, actually I have deleted it, but in local still it is showing. Okay, so we have two branches. Okay, so how many files are there in master? There are two files, file 1 and history in master branch. Okay, so let me switch to my new branch. How to switch to the new branch? Anyone tell me the command? Okay, I think no one is practicing. Okay, git checkout. Checkout is the command to check out to the new branch. Okay, so now I want to check git. So there is only one file. The same command you can use. Suppose if you want to check how many files are there. Okay, this history file still it is not added to your branch, but still it is showing in the directory. But git, what are the files available if you want to check? You can check git ls -files. Okay, these are already committed. Okay, so let's switch back to your master. So if you check the files now, here also you have only file one. Okay, so generally, so yesterday also we have discussed. So we will not directly work on the master branch. Under master branch, we will create a new branch. First, we work on the new branch. Okay, that we call it as fork. First, we create a fork. Then, after done with our changes, we push our entire code to new branch. That branch we will merge with the master branch. That also we have seen yesterday, merging. Right, that we have seen yesterday. So let me show you that diagram also to avoid confusion. Yeah, forks and edges I have shown you, right? See, so first master copy, you will create different branches, okay, different copies. Again, you will merge to the master. Okay, so now, so we already created a branch. Okay, so branch name is new branch. So you are working on this your new branch. Suppose you add one new file to your new branch. Okay, so let me open it in VS Code. Okay, so VS Code, so here branch wise you can add files. Suppose if I add directly, it will, so if I add in file system directly, so it is adding to the master and both master and your child branch. Okay, so here you can switch to some like the required branch and there you can add your files. Okay, where you can see the, so where you can see the branch name here. Still it is loading, wait. Still it is loading. Yeah, so now you are in new branch. See, new branch. Okay, if I add files to the new branch, okay, let me add one new file. Okay, so file name is file2. Okay, so this is a Git folder. No? So in Git folder, so we have all these things, right? So let me open directly Git folder. Go to open folder. So Git, select this folder. Okay, so we are in Git folder only. So here the thing is, it is showing open editors. Okay, it is showing open editors. So not this one. So inside the Git, Okay, history yesterday I have pasted. Okay, so I'm adding one more file, file2 dot txt, file2 dot txt. Okay, so inside this, I'm adding some new code, new module code. So you are already you are assigned with some new module. So you are implementing your code into this file too. Okay. So if you check with git command, okay, git status to check what is the status of files. So there are two files. There are two files. There are two files are not added to your local repository. Those are new files. Okay, if you want to add to, if you want to permanent your changes, what is the command to permanent the changes? What is the approach you will follow? So now your files are in working directory. First you have to add to the staging area. Then you need to commit to your Git local repository. Okay, so Git status, it will show what are the new files you have added in your working directory. Those files you have to add to the staging area. Okay, suppose if you add git add hyphen a. Okay, when you add this, okay, so it is not working. So let me use capital A, hyphen capital A. Okay, so if you use git hyphen a, add hyphen a, so it will add all your working directory files to your staging area. So you can check using again git status. See, these two are in green color, which means what are all the files showing in the green color? Those will be added to. Those are already added to staging area. Okay. So now I don't want this new file. I don't want this new file. Sorry, this history.txt file. Okay, so whatever the code I have written in file2, that is only I require. Okay, I want to push my file2 to Git local repository, and I want to remove this file, history file, from the staging area, because if I use the commit, these two files will be stored into my Git local repository, but I don't want history file. Okay, if you don't want the history file, what you can do is you can remove that file from staging area. Okay, so using git rm hyphen catch it and that file name. Okay, there is a typo error, catch it spelling error. See, so now if you do the git status, so this history file still it is in working directory. So this file only is in staging area. Okay, red color shows it is in working directory, and new file shows it is in staging area. Okay, so this file you can commit. This file you can commit. Okay, so let me remove file2 also. Let me remove file2. Okay, if you use git status, okay, it is also shows both are removed from the staging, both are now in working directory. Okay, you are working on file2. Okay, so suddenly your lead or your manager, okay, so asked you to work on some other module, okay, they have assigned some other module. So that file only you have to immediately start working. Okay, so in this case, So whatever I've written, like what are all the files I created, okay, those if you want to store to some temporary location, again you will resume that work later part you will resume that work. But you have to complete some immediate requirement, immediate module. Okay, you need to code for immediate module which is going to the release. Okay, so your temporary changes, what are the files you created for your actual assignment, if you want to store to some temporary location, those files you can store into stash area. Okay, how you can store? Okay, so using git stash command, no need to specify anything, just git to stash. Okay, so now if you use git status, okay, why it is showing git stash, no local changes to save. Why we have these two files, right? These untracked files. Okay, let me add git add hyphen a git status. Yeah, git rm hyphen r hyphen catch it hyphen a also not working. So let me remove this history file also. Okay. Yeah, we have two files. Okay. Yeah, so these temporary changes, let me add one more new module code. Okay, some code you have written. So in history file also what I do, so add some comment. Some comment I will add. Okay, so now let me check. Clear. So now you have two files. Okay, if you want to store into some temporary location, git stash is the command. No local changes to save. So we have local changes, right? So why it is showing no local changes? It has to store these two files to stash area. Git stash. So let me mention the file name. For no subcommand. Show drop. Drop is to drop from the stash. So clear. No. So why it is? It has to. Let me try it from here. Okay. Both are same only. So wherever you write the comments, those are same only. So no local changes it is showing. So we have, but still have changes. Okay, let me add these files to staging area. So staging area, there is no logic. Okay, so if I add to staging area, again getting those files to stash area, there is no meaning for it. But still I will try. Git add hyphen a, sorry. So hyphen capital A, git status, git stash. Oh, so whenever I add these files to staging area, so then it is showing, but it is not the case. Generally, the working directory files, okay, new files only generally we save to the stash area. Okay, so let me clear it. So if I see the status, git status, no file is showing because these files are available in the stash area. So if you want to check git stash list, okay, we have one stash. Okay, we have one like memory location with name stash 0. So inside that those files are saved. Okay, so now what you can do is you can create. Okay, see here also in the working directory also these two files are not showing. Okay, so you got a new requirement, so you have to work on that. So you are giving the name as file 3. Okay, so you can add some immediate requirement. So now if you check the status, git status, you have added new file. So let me add to the staging git add -a. So again check the status. So it is added. It is added to the staging area. This you can commit. Okay, using git commit -m. M means message. You can give immediate requirement. Okay, this is added to the git local repository. Okay, now I want to resume my previous work. Okay, you have completed the immediate requirement work and you want to resume your actual work. So your work you already started and you created some files. Okay, those you saved into your stash area. Okay, you saved into stash area, this area. If you want to get those files to your working directory, so what you can do is git stash pop. Okay, so these files again come back to your staging area. Okay, so again, so no need to bring these files to your working directory. So you can directly do the modification. Suppose, see, now I got file 2 and history file come to my staging area. Okay, so you can add some lines of code, and history also I will add some lines of code. Okay, if you again do the git status, you can see these files are modified. These files already available in staging area, and also you added new code. Okay, so if you directly commit your code, okay, the new changes, these two changes you cannot see in the git local repository. Okay, so because earlier up to this part only we have that code, the green color showing, right, these 3 lines are added newly. So here also these 2 lines are added newly. These 2 lines will not be committed to your local repository. Okay, so if you directly commit, again if you add stash to, if you add these files to staging area, then new changes also will be like you can commit to the local repository. Okay, so getting or not. Okay, so temporary purpose you can store your files into stash area, and you can again get back the files from stash area to your working directory. So similarly, you can add your files to staging area and you can remove. Okay, so if you directly commit your files to Git repository, those also you can revert. Okay, commit and revert. So these are the very, very important comments. Okay, stash, git stash pop, add rm. Okay, revert, commit. Okay, now come to remote repository. So yesterday, like we were getting some issue, right? So when I like start pushing my code to the remote repository. So like let me open remote repository first. GitHub. Okay, so in this case, we are using GitHub remote repository as a GitHub. We have so many so many online repositories. Okay. So GitHub is one of the online repositories. Similarly, we have GitLab, Azure DevOps, Bitbucket. There are so many things, so many online repositories. So GitHub is a open source we can easily use for our training. So I'm using the GitHub. Okay. So I have deleted that created repository also. Let me create new repository. First, what you have to do is you have to create the new repository. In organization, you will not create new repository. Okay, this will be created by technical architects, QA architects. They will configure everything. Okay, those we have to use. So here training purpose I'm creating here. So repository name is Selenium Java September 2023. Okay, so here, so I'm making it as a public so that you can also access. Okay, so you can add, suppose if you want to add some information related to your like repository. Okay, if you want to add some instructions, you can add readme file also. Okay, so now create the repository. Okay, readme file also is added. Open it. Okay, so nothing is showing here. If you want to add anything, okay, if you want to give some instructions to use your framework, you can write here. So now what I have to do is, so I want to push my code from local repository to remote repository, from local repository to remote repository. So what you have to do is, so here you have code, right? So here you need to click on this drop down. So there are HTTP, SSH, and GitHub CLI. Okay, this is the new one, GitHub CLI. Earlier it is not there. So now only it is introduced. Okay, so most of the time we use HTTPs and SSH also you can use. Okay, what you have to do is you have to copy this address. Okay, this is the address of your repository. So if you want to open your code, you can directly open your code with this address. Okay, let me paste it into here. So directly you can paste this into browser and you can directly land on the space. Okay, so for example, copy it. Let me open a new tab. If I run it, if I paste in browser, it is directly navigating to that repository. Okay, yeah. So now I want to push my code to my remote repository. So yesterday we were getting error, right? So let me use the same command, git remote add. So what is the command we have used? Git remote add only, right? So it is not working. So let me check origin. You have to mention the origin also. Remote origin is already exists. Okay, so let's check git remote version. So origin is already there. Okay, with same name yesterday we created. Okay, what I do is I rename it. Okay, I will rename this repository so that I can show you that error also, yesterday's error. So how I can change. So here you will get some settings. Let me give it as a full name. Okay, so now let me copy this command, copy this link. Let me clear it. So now I'm adding git remote add origin. So your remote address. So again, it is showing remote origin already exists. Okay, git remote -b. So it is taking the previous one only. So if you want to remove origin, we can do that also. So let me try to remove that. So let me check for the command. Okay, so like add origin. Okay, so we have remove also. So let me use remove, and the remote origin name is. Okay, so git remote remove name. Usage is, it is also asking to remove this origin. No such remote repository, but it is showing in repositories, right? Okay, so let me use direct name, copy it. No such remote repository. Why it is showing no such repository? It is there. No, something is not working here. So let me check the command. Okay, so now let me check git remote -v. Okay, there are no remote repositories now. Okay, so now I will add remote repository, our remote repository. So use this command to remove all remote repositories. Okay, so now there are no remote repositories. So earlier when I run this command, it was showing remote repository. So clear it. So now I will add remote repository. I just copy the address from here, copy the address. Again, the command is git add origin, your remote repository. Enter. So check the version of remote repository. So now you have the remote repository connected. I want to push my code. How I can push? So yesterday we have seen using git push command, we can do the. Okay, so before okay, so origin we are specifying it as master, right? So it will directly push the master branch, even though you are in new branch. Current branch is new branch, but if you want to push the master, you have to specify origin. If you want to push new branch one, you have to specify new branch one. Okay, master I want to push. Okay, it is directly taking. So because yesterday I already set the security key. So that is the reason it is directly pushing. Otherwise, you will get error. Okay, generally we are getting, yesterday we were getting error. So the reason is, so Git is stopped, accessing the using the Git is stopped accessing the direct username and password. Okay, for security reasons, it is an open source, right? For security reasons, Git is stopped accessing direct username and direct password. So for that, what we have to do is, so you have to go to your Git settings. Okay, for your account, you have to create the security key. Using security key only, you have to access the Git repository. So for in my case, I already created, okay, some my token I already created that I have stored into my local. Okay, this is the password I created. What you have to do is, so you just simply go to settings and go to developer settings. Okay, you can find in the settings. If you scroll to bottom, you can see developer settings. Okay, so you have personal access token option. So click here. So do not use beta version. Beta version means it is still in development. Okay, so use token classics. So here generate new token option is there, right? So here you can check the generate new token option. Okay, it will ask you to confirm. So give some name. Okay, if you want to give the expiration date, you can give, or you can give no expiration. Okay, give some name, some my token one like that. Okay, so check all these check boxes, then click on generate token. So it will generate the token here. Okay, so it will generate the token here. It initially it displays the token here. One time only it will display the token. One time only it will display the token. That you have to copy and you have to store to your local. Okay, so from the second time onwards, you cannot see the password, that token, security token. See, when I open my tokens, it is not showing any, like tokens. Okay, so first time only it will display that you have to copy and store. Okay, so this is the other thing. Okay, so once you copy this, what you have to do is, so you cannot directly push your code. Initially, it will ask you to set up the URL with username and password. Okay, so username and password, if you provide directly, okay, it won't access. So you have to follow one command. Okay, so this is the command. This I already done yesterday. Okay, how to set this URL? Okay, how to set this URL? What you have to do is, so this is the command to set the username and password for your remote repository. Okay, so to access the remote repository, to push your code to remote repository, this is the command. Okay, how we are using Git remote add, remote remove, how we are using. Similarly, we have set URL is the command. Okay, so origin you have to specify. So what is your origin? Just go to your repository. This is your repository. Okay, in the code, copy it. So you have to paste here. Okay, so before GitHub is there, right? After https:// what you have to do is, you have to put your username and password at the rate. After password, you have to put the at the rate. So in my case, my username is automation test planet. Okay, my password is, so whatever the password I generated now. Okay, so that password we have to copy and paste here. and simply put the @ after the password. See, like this command you have to run in your GitHub. Okay, so let me run again. Then you can directly push your code to your remote repository. Okay, otherwise it won't allow you to see. It is allowing, it is already set. So now when you push your code to master, it will directly push to. So branch master setup is already done. Okay, and also everything is up to date. There are no changes in your master if you push. Okay, like that it is showing. It is already set. So once we push the code, all your code will be available in your Git repository. See, if I refresh, why it is showing main? Oh, it is taken as a main. Okay, so by default, when I add a README file, okay, the branch it is taken as a main. Okay, so then it will take it as a sub branch. Okay, so I want to merge my code with the master. What you have to do is, so here, if you observe here, this is one commit behind. What is one commit? You have added one readme file. Okay, so that is the, you have added one readme file, that is your commit. So what I will do is, so to avoid confusion, what I will do is, so I copy this name, the same name, this name I'm copying. This I will remove it. Again, I will add the repository. Okay, so I want to delete repository. Yes. So yeah, I have read and accepted the terms and conditions, and I remove this repository. Okay, so let me add repository again. The same repository I will add. Okay, I will not add any initial file. Okay, so earlier when I add this readme file, that time it is showing. Okay, so I don't want to add any file, just create the repository. Okay, so now see, there is no branch created. Okay, so it is also giving you the commands. Okay, so in your local, use git init, then add some files, then commit, then switch to your branch and use remote add origin, this command, and push it. Okay, so what I do is, so remove remote origin also again. I did it. So now I will add one more time. So this command you can copy. It's very simple. Okay, then paste here. So now it is added. You can directly push your code. So upstream master branch. So now my all files, whatever the files I have in my local Git repository, those now added to this Git repository. You can see here. See, this is the master branch. In master branch, you have file one. Okay. So if you want to check what are all the files you have in your master, those files, how you can check? We already discussed. Okay, first check out to Git, check out to master. Okay, so now Git ls-files. So why it is showing file 1, file 2, and S3? Okay, so those we have added manually. Huh? So, but when I use ls-files, it has to show file 1 only. Okay, let me use git status. Oh, okay. In master branch also it is showing these new files, these two new files, but we have added in the new branch. But something is happening. Okay, so what I do is, okay, commit my changes. Okay, so again, git add hyphen a, git status, git commit hyphen m, new files. Okay, so git push. When you push, what happens? When you commit, it will be stored into your local system. When you push your command, when you push your code, it will be stored, it will come to your remote repository. So if you refresh it, you can see the other two files also. Okay, other two files also come to your master branch. So what I do is, I will add my new branch also to the, I will add my new branch also to the remote repository. So what is the command? Just use git push, remove this upstream, remove this upstream. So instead of master, you can write new branch. So this branch also come to your, this branch also come to your remote repository. So if you click here, you can see this new branch one. What are all the files available here? File 1 and file 3. Okay, there is no history file available in this new branch. Okay, so if you look at here, your branch, two commits behind of your master and one commit ahead of your master, which means, okay, there are already some files available in your master branch. Okay, what are other files? History and also file 1 has some changes. Okay, so before merging your new branch changes to your master, okay, so you should not see this error. Okay, your branch must be equals to your master. First you have to get your master branch changes to your local, then you can add your new changes to the master. How we can do that? So clear. So first you need to switch to your account, I mean your branch. Sorry, git checkout new branch. So if you want to get the new changes, somebody like push this history file to master directly. Okay, this history file somebody push it to master. Those files, if you want to get to your new branch, just simply use git pull origin master. So it is asking, okay, so it is merging your master branch changes to your local. Okay, so in this case, what you have to do is press insert button, then escape, just put colon WQ. Okay, so then exclamator. So if you check your new branch now, earlier history is not there, right? Okay, if you refresh it again, you cannot see history here. Okay, but if you go to your local branch, git ls hyphen files, you can also see the history. So simply what you have to do is, first we have to do git push the current branch. New branch one has no upstream branch. Why there is no upstream? It is created under master only, right? So that is the reason we are getting some issues. Okay, so here there is no upstream. Okay, so let me use this command. So it is also gives you the commands. Okay, so by looking at the suggestions, you can do that. So now it is pushing to your branch 1. Okay. So here we have file 1, file 2, file 3 and history. In master branch, you have file 1 and file 2 only. There is no file 3. Okay. How I can merge my new branch 1 changes to your master. Okay. How can I push my new branch 1 changes to my master? So this we call it as, you cannot directly merge. Okay, so in organizations they will set some rules. Suppose if you done some changes, those should be reviewed by your lead. Okay, reviewed by your lead. So they only will approve your merge request, pull request or merge request. Okay, so first what you have to do is, you have to do a pull request, compare and pull request. You have to create a pull request. Okay, so you can give some name, new changes, new immediate changes you can give. Okay, so if you want to put file name, you can put the file name and create a pull request. And the reviewer also you can select. So here you will get list of reviewers. So those I will add, those settings I have to set. So create a pull request. Okay, so here again, see, your new branch you want to push to your master branch. Okay, this should be master and this should be your branch which the code is you are trying to push. So create and pull request. So pull request is created. Okay, so see here, whoever is reviewer, whoever you set the reviewer, those reviewers will go through your code. Okay, so this is the pull request. Okay, so where you can find, so you will have one option, pull request option. So somebody has raised new immediate changes. Okay, those they have raised. Okay, so if you look at here, so they are asking to push the new changes to your master branch. Push the new changes to from new branch to master. So wants to merge, somebody wants to merge some new commits to new changes to your master from new branch 1. Okay, so generally leads will go through the files and they will go through the, so what are the changes they can see here. So there is only one change, that is file 3 immediate requirement. Okay, if everything is good, what they do is just come to the main window. They will just simply click on merge, click on just merge. So now if you go to your master branch, okay, see, after done with your branch, generally for each and every new user story, generally we create, so we will have story IDs, okay, Jira IDs or version 1 IDs or Azure DevOps IDs. They will unique IDs, they will give it to the user story. Okay, for each and every story we will create a new branch. Okay, once we done with everything, what we do is we will delete that branch. Okay, because my changes are already pushed to my master branch. There is no use of my sub branch, child branch. There is no use because I already completed the story. Okay, to save the space, okay, what you can do is that branch also you can delete. Okay, before deleting, yeah, so let me delete it. So this branch is deleted. Okay, so what it is showing, so I already clicked on delete, right? Okay, so this branch is already deleted. So now you can directly come to your code. Okay, so in the master you can see the new file. So immediate requirement, okay, pushed by some other developer. So pull request also you can see again. Okay, closed pull requests. So here see new immediate changes, branch is deleted. Okay, so again if you check the branch, there will be no new branch. So here, immediately, what you have to do is, you have to do one command. Okay. So branch is already deleted, right? So suppose if you want to update your branch, if you want to update your local file system, so first you need to move to the master branch. Okay, you switch it to master. Use the git fetch command. So when you use git fetch command, what are all the branches you have? Those branches will be updated. So now we deleted the branch in our remote repository. Again, this will not be available in our local. So let me check git branch -a. Okay, in your local, this new branch is still available. Okay, this if you want, you can push. Okay, if you want to remove from your local also, you can do that. But in remote, so why it is showing origin new branch one, so it has to remove. So still it is there. So we have removed it, right? Yes, we have removed the branch also, but still it is showing the branch. Okay, so here we have an option, branches option. So we should have one option, branches. Okay, you can see all the branches if you want to see. So we should have an option, branches option. Okay, so it is not showing. Okay, so here, so generally, it should not show this new branch one because this is already deleted. The deleted branches it won't show. Okay, yeah. So now what you have to do is, suppose you got a new story. Okay, so my files are available. Okay, suppose if I do any change, what I have to do? I got a new story. I have to work on it. Okay, instead of creating the branch from your local, what you have to do is now you have to create a branch from here. Okay, so I'm creating new underscore branch 2. Okay, so this branch is not available. It is asking to create. Okay, you should click on create branch, new branch 2. So now I have created the new branch. So whatever the files you have in your master branch, those files again comes to your new branch 2 because it is a copy. It is a copy. So whenever you clone, whenever you create the new branch, it will copied. The same code will be copied along with the existing changes. You will add your new story changes. Then you will push and you will commit and push. Then you will raise a merge request. How to do that? So now I created the new branch. So let me again run git fetch. Okay, one new branch is came to your origin. Okay, if you check the git branch A, you can see branch 2 also. So let me switch to git checkout. I want to check out to branch 2, new branch 2. Branch branch new branch 2 git checkout. Why it is showing, why it is not showing branch 2? Okay, so it is switched to new branch 2 now. Suppose if you want to add some file to your new branch 2, what you can do is, so here it is in master, right? So let me, okay, so now it is showing new branch 2. See, okay, so I want to add new file 4. It is my new requirement. Okay, so branch 2 code, new branch 2 code. So this I have completed for my story. I have completed my code. Okay, so now, so let me clear it. Now you are in new branch 2. You have added one new file. if you check git status, so new file is untracked file. So let me switch to master. Git checkout master. So spelling mistake. So master is not there. So yeah. Now check git status. So untracked files for master also it is showing because it is there in the working directory. Okay. So here what you can do is git checkout. Again, I will check out to new branch. Okay. Git add hyphen a. So now if I use git status, it is showing the file is added to staging area. So now I will commit git commit hyphen m. Okay, new branch 2 changes. Okay, git status, there will be no file. Now if you check git ls hyphen files, it is showing file 4 also. So let me switch to master. So now I will use the same command. So here there is no. So it is still it is showing local branch. Okay. So generally, so we have to switch to the remote repository. Okay. So local branch it is showing branch git branch hyphen a. So that is the reason you are able to see only two files. But in git origin remote origin. Okay. So let me check out to remote origin. Error. Okay, so let me check the command once. Okay, how like how to switch is it's very simple. Git checkout. Okay, first I will check what are all the available branches. Git branch hyphen a. Okay, so git checkout. So this is my master, right? Just double click on it, copy, just paste here. So switching remote master, you are in detected head state. You can look around, make changes. Okay, the undo this operation. Okay, so something it is showing as the head. Okay, now let me check git ls hyphen files. See, so it is showing some number, but it is a remote master branch. Okay, now it is showing some number because there are two names with master. Okay, so that is the reason to differentiate the local master branch and this master branch it is showing as master. So generally, so in organizations you won't create your local repository. Okay, first you will clone the remote repository. That time only it will create the local repository. It will show only three these three branches. Okay, like I will show you that. Okay, so now you are in master branch which has four files only. But if you switch to new branch 2, okay, git checkout, new branch 2. Okay, if you check the git ls-files, so there is new file also, file 4. See, there is no file 4 in master. The same thing you can check in the. So here you have created new branch. Okay, so still you didn't push your code. Okay, what are all the changes you done in your local? Those you have to push to your new branch if you want to see in your remote branch. Still push is not happen, but in master branch, again you have same files, and new branch also, branch 2 also same files, right? So suppose if you push your changes, git push, if you push your changes from new branch 2, okay, file 4 also will be come to, file 4 also will come to this new branch. If you refresh it, you can see the file 4 in our new branch 2. Okay, again in master you can see only file up to file 3 only. Okay, so now again the same process. So you already done your work with new branch 2. Okay, so if you want to merge with your master, simply compare and pull request, select the new branch, and like where you want to merge. So master branch. If you have some other branch, that also you can do. Okay, so create a pull request, and it is created the pull request. It is checking if there are any conflicts. You will not get this green color. If there are any conflicts, it will show conflicts. Okay, so reviewer will get the, generally reviewer will merge your pull request. Okay, so I will add my name as a reviewer, confirm merge. Okay, delete my branch also, delete my branch, it is deleted. Okay, now you can go to your code, you can see only master branch which has 4 files. So like that we have to do. Okay, so generally this I am explaining from, like I created from local, and I'm explaining it, right? So generally in organizations they will give you some git path like this, and they will ask you to work on some new story. Okay, when once you join, or they will ask you to go through some code, go through go through the code. So if you want to go through the code, what you can do is this remote code, whatever you have, that you can directly fetch to your local. Okay, so let me create one new folder. So in VCS only, outside Git folder I'm creating. Okay, so here let me create some master, or my project name is uh, some health project code, automation code, health project automation code. So you have to create some folder like this. So open git bash here. So there is one important command, so we frequently use. So if you want to fetch the code from remote repository, if you want to get the code from remote repository, you have to use git clone. Clone means copy. That copy you are fetching to your local. Git clone, then paste that branch address. Okay, whatever the branch you selected, okay, you just need to copy it from here, https. Just click on enter. So now it is cloning. Okay, so in this folder you can see the same files. See, okay, same files, you got it here. Okay, you can simply go through the existing code. You can open into your editor and you can go through the existing code. Okay, so suppose if you need to create a, suppose if you need to create a new branch, and if you need to work on the code, what you have to do is, okay, you already created the branch here. Okay, so again no need to clone it. Okay, what you have to do is just simply go to your git repository. So here I'm creating new branch underscore, or you can give, generally the notation how we follow is feature slash 1234 hyphen some name. Generally, we will give the story ID and just a story name. Okay, small name. We'll give feature slash. Okay, so create a new branch from master. Okay, create it. So now my branch name is feature slash 1234 name. Okay, if you want to clone it, okay, you already clone the master branch. If you want to clone again, you can clone. Otherwise, what you can do is here, after cloning, what you have to do is you need to go into that particular folder wherever you created. So use the cd command, change directory command, and my folder name is health. Why it is not showing? Okay, you already there in the health project, right? So the folder name you will get as Selenium Java September 2023 when you clone it. See, when you clone in this folder, you are getting this folder repository name you will get. Okay, you need to change to the repository name. Okay, cd my repository name is Selenium Java 2023. Now you can see the master. This is the master of remote origin. Okay, so now if I use git branch hyphen a, it shows only master. It is not showing the newly created branch because before creating it, I have cloned the repository. Suppose if you want to fetch that branch also into your local, what you can do is git fetch, simple command git fetch. So now again, if you check, you can see the feature slash 1234 name branch also. So now you can switch to git, same again world story, git checkout. Okay, branch name. What is the branch name? You have feature slash 1234 hyphen name. Just click enter. So now you are in feature 1234. So now you can add the file. Okay, let me add. So this is the new feature branch. Okay, let me open the folder where is our project in healthcare automation. This is our project. Select it. Okay, so now I am in. Okay, it is still loading. Wait for it. So now we are in feature slash 1234 name branch. Okay, let me add new file dot txt. Okay, inside that new feature slash 1234 hyphen name branch. Okay, you're done with your new story changes. Okay, if you check here, git status. Okay, one file is added. You can add to your staging. Git add hyphen a, git commit hyphen m, new feature 1234 changes. Okay, so now git push. You have to do the git push. So when you do the git push, okay, so the new file will be added to your branch. If you refresh it, in your branch you can see the new file. But again in master it is not available. Okay, again compare and pull request you have to do. Compare and pull request you have to do it again. Okay, but here let me show you one midge related conflict. Okay, you will get good understanding. Okay, so here in your file you have file you have some text, right? So this is you directly added to your local branch, I mean your child branch. So let me switch to, I'm switching to my master branch. So you just need to click on here, select master. Okay, inside master you don't have file. So here I'm adding again file.txt. So new file from master branch. Okay, so this I want to commit. How I can commit and push? How I can commit and push? Somebody tell me. If I want to okay, let me check what are all the branches. Okay. So let me close this window. This window I'm closing. Okay. Okay, so in master, okay, you have added one file. Just do this git status. You have one file, okay, that you added. Somebody pushed from their branch to master branch. Okay, git add -a and git commit -m other developer change. Okay, git. Okay, so now git push. So inside my master branch, I have file with some other content. With some other content, I have some developer done some changes. They have added. Again, you created the file with same name, or you are working on the file same name. Okay. So if you want to get those latest updates from the master to your local branch, what you have to do? Git checkout. Okay. So you might feel that here I already done my work. You created a compare and pull request. So see here if you observe, can't automatically merge. It is showing like can't automatically merge when you are trying to merge it. Okay, let me create a pull request. So it is checking whether it can be merged or not. See, you are not getting the merge option. So this branch has conflict. Conflict means in file, whatever the changes you have in file 5 in master, those you don't have in your local. In that case, you will get the merge issues. Okay, first you need to fetch the latest changes to before merging. First you need to fetch the latest changes to your local branch from master. How we can do that? Simply you can check out to your feature branch. Okay, so git pull origin master. When you use git pull origin master, it will fetch the latest changes from the master. Okay, click enter. See, so here it is showing some error. Okay, automatic merge is failed because there is a conflict. In file 5, there is some other content, but in your local file 5, some other content. Which one you need? It is asking. Which one you need? It is asking. Okay, so that's the same thing you can see if you open that file 5. See, so in head branch, in master branch, you have so head is your branch, right? So this is your branch you have, but from master branch you have this code. Which one you want, it is showing. So here also, if you switch to feature branch C, so in the current branch you have this code. From master branch it is coming. You want both the lines of code, or you want only your code, or you want only master branch code? Which one you want? Okay, so so obviously you require other developer code also, right? So in that case you have to accept both the changes. Okay, both the developer changes will be available in your code. Suppose I don't want the other developer change. Okay, accept your current change, or I don't want my change. Okay, same thing, whatever I have developed, the same thing developed by some other developer. So in that case, if you want only incoming change means it is coming from the master. Okay, you can put that. If you want both, you can do the both. Suppose if you are not using this editor, what you can do is simply go to this file, just remove these symbols, this one, and also this automatically generated symbols. Just save it. Okay, if you refresh, okay, so let me remove. Okay, so now I have edited it. Okay, I have removed those symbols. So it is showing here this is a conflicted file. This file we must commit. Okay, so it automatically shows into the staging. Okay, if you check the git status. Okay, so both changes were made, but still it is not showing in the staging. What you have to do is, again you can add this file to staging and you can directly commit. Otherwise, what you can do is git commit -a -m. You can give new changes or master branch changes. Okay, so for your changes, you already given the commit. Okay, so now you got some master branch latest code. Okay, so if you want to specify that, you can give master branch changes. You can press enter. What happened? Just 1 second. So here we can use either small a or -a. So I have some small confusion. So let me check that. There are two ways you can add to your staging again, and you can do that also. But without adding without using third command, we can directly push to we can directly commit our code to local repository. So we have some other command. So I'm trying to search for it. Yeah, it's a small a, not capital A. So let me use small a. Let's see. Yeah, see. So if you observe here, so master branch changes, those are committed. So now if you do the git pull again from master, git pull origin master. Okay, once you're done with that, again you have to check this mandatory step you have to do. Once you resolve conflicts, once you merge, once you commit your changes, again you have to check this with command if it is already up to date if you get, which means this feature branch is equivalent to your master branch. Whatever the changes you have in your master, those are available in your feature branch. It is showing it is already up to date. So now you can do the git push. Okay, before pushing it, okay, so still in your remote repository, if you go to your code, still in your remote repository, okay, so for your branch, you can see the old code only. Until you push the code, you can see only old code. Old code. Okay, so new code what we have? So master branch changes also we have. So if I push it, git push. So it is push you to your branch. Now if you refresh, you can see the both the changes. You can see that new code also will come into your file. See, new file for master. Again, if you go to pull request, that conflict also will be resolved automatically. You will get the merge option. See, you got the merge option. So now you can do a merge request. Delete my branch. Okay, so whatever you are doing through the commands, okay, you can also do with the you can also do with the these IDEs also. Whatever you are performing, the same thing you can do with IDEs. Okay, why we are getting type conversion, types of methods you are getting errors. Okay. Okay. Some error is it. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to the same thing, instead of generally, if you learn these commands, these are very much useful. Okay, doing from these IDEs. Okay, you will forget everything. Okay, once you once you get some gap, you will forget everything. Okay, if you go through these commands, you will understand the concept and you can easily use the Git. So through the IDEs also you can do, through Eclipse also you can do. Okay, if you want to export this project to your Git repository, what you have to do is just right click on this workspace or your project. Here you will get export. Okay, so where you want to export? Oh my god, so here you should get the option, Git option, to export to the Git. Okay, so Teams. Okay, so if you want to add some add-in, Git add-in to your Eclipse, what you have to do is, so you have to go to Eclipse Marketplace. See, let me ping you this URL. Okay, so, and please confirm whether you are able to see this code or not. Okay.
Okay, Shiva.
So open this in your browser and see whether you are able to access this code. Okay, whatever the code you have here. Okay, so I think I need to copy the other one. Sorry. So this one, let me remove. Not this one. Close it. Yeah. So this is the link. Okay, once you open it and confirm, somebody you can open in your mobile also. Okay, just click on that. It opens the Git repository. Confirm us, please confirm us. Okay, so here in Eclipse, okay, so you need to click on help, then click on Eclipse Marketplace. So check for Git add-in. See, Git integration for Eclipse already installed. Then why it is not showing? It is showing that it is already installed, but it is not showing. Okay, let me install other one. And again, it is for node Eclipse. It is asking to no. Okay, I don't want to install it. So if it is installed, it should display the option Git option here. Okay, but it is not displaying. Oh, sorry. So I will message to everyone. Okay. So now I ping it to everyone. Okay. So once open and confirm. Git option you are not getting.
Yes, Shiva.
Okay, you are
We
able
can
to.
able to access that. Yes.
Okay, okay. So here go to Teams. No, so here also, okay. Yeah. So here you have to go to Teams and click on share. Okay, so this is the project I want to repository path. Also, it is not showing. Okay, so what you have to do is, so before pushing to Git, okay, so you have to create the local repository for this Git. Okay, this project you don't have any local repository, so let me create local repository for my. Okay, so if you want, you can change. Go to browse. Okay, so in testing only, in Selenium. So where is our September one? Yeah, September. So here I create one folder, Git. Okay, this folder I will select, finish, click on finish. Okay, sharing the project to Git. Now I can export. So here also, so export generally it gives the error. What I can do is simply go to Teams option. Okay, go to Teams. Teams is the option to work with the Git in Eclipse. Okay, so here, so push it is not showing. Okay, here go to remote, then push tags. Okay, so remote repository it is asking. So here, okay, let me do one thing. So let me open uh, here. So in September 2023, so here you have Git, right? So let me Git bash here. So Git status. Okay, Java September 2023. Okay, this you need to commit first. Okay, this entire thing you need to commit. Git add -a Git status. All the files are added to staging. Now Git commit -m new project, new Java project. All these are committed now. Git status. Okay, now I need to push this to my like push this to my branch. How I can do that? How I can push my code to the Git? Somebody tell me what we have to do. Just now I have explained. Okay, simply create a repository. Create a repository. Go to home. Okay, so here what is the name I given to this Java project? Java September 2023, right? Okay, if you want to use only, okay, so here what you can do is you can create a new repository. So here name Java September 2023. Okay, so the same name I'm giving, Java hyphen 2023. Okay, so create repository. So now I have to push. Okay, so before pushing it, so let me go to Java folder, Git status. Okay, now I will add Git remote repository. So the command is simple. Just you need to copy the URL, this URL, just copy it. Then go to your command prompt, git remote add origin, just paste it, then enter. Okay, so now origin is there. Now git push origin master. So now you can see this project. See, September 2023. Okay, it is come to the master. You can see all the files inside this Java folder. Okay, now this is the project. Okay, so I will give you some assignments. Okay, I will give you some assignments. So every day you have to work on it. Okay, this is the code. I have Java code. I push it to Git. So if I give you assignment, so under this repository, okay, under master, you have to you have to create a new branch, and on that branch you have to work on it. Okay, so suppose if you want to clone this repository, so you just go to this particular repository. Let me ping you. Let me ping you the URL. Okay, so simply what you have to do is you have to clone it first. Okay, so what is the command? So let me clone into some other directory to avoid confusion. Clone into some other directory. Okay, so here I'm creating, okay, code from Git. Code from Git. Just right click here, Git bash here. So through Eclipse also you can do. Okay, Git clone, but use as of now use Git commands, Git clone, and provide that repository. Just paste it, enter. So again you have to use change directory Java. Inside that you have your Java code folder. Okay, so now if you want to open this project in your Eclipse, okay, let me create one more because we have same name, right? The project name is same name, right? So instead of it, okay, if I open it again, duplicate name I have to change. So I will create a new workspace. Okay, here you have options, which workspace, other. Okay, so browse it. Okay, where you want to store in Selenium. Let me create one new folder. Selenium September batch 1, September 2023 batch 1. It is my workspace. Okay, do not confuse. It is my workspace. There I can store multiple projects. Okay, select this folder, then launch the Eclipse. Have some pending installation and complete them. No. So it takes a little time to load. Okay, so what I will do is, okay, here, this is our project, right? Okay, I will show you that as well in Eclipse. Okay, in SRC folder, under SRC folder, so we have two subfolders. These are packages. I will add one subfolder. Inside that, I will add subfolders based on your name. Okay, so for each one, I will create subfolders. Inside that, you have to create a package. Inside that, you have to work on your assignments, day-to-day assignments. You have to push to your Git, and latest changes you have to pull to your Git. Okay, so like that practice, you have to do the practice. So this is my workspace. Okay, so now what you have to do is, instead of creating a new Java project, import the project. Click on import project. Where? From Git. Okay, Git project, you can directly get it from remote repository, or you already cloned into your local, right? That also you can take. So I already cloned from my remote repository. Okay, so you can use any of these two options. Projects from Git, click on next. Okay, existing local repository, or if you want to clone URI, cloning means you are getting the project from web. Okay, I want to open existing local repository, click on next. Okay, so it is asking you to add local repository. Where is your add local repository? So this one I have stored, where I have stored in browse in Lenovo D drive. Okay, code from Git. Okay, this is the project. I have to select folder. Okay, so here why it is type text. Okay, I think I need to select the base directory. Okay, browse this one, select it. Okay, still it is not showing up. Switch results. It is not showing. Switch and select Git repositories. It is available, right, in code Java 2023. It is available, but still. So let me select this folder now. Okay, so now it is showing. So the base directory, when I select, it is showing. So select this Git repository, then add it. Okay, click on just next. Okay, so which folder you want? Okay, so inside that, this is the Eclipse project, just on finish. So now your code is cloned to your code, you imported to your Git code, you imported to your Eclipse. So here you can directly work on your files and you can push your code to the Git. Okay, the similar way you have to do. Okay, what I will do is I create subfolders. Okay, so here assignments, I will create assignments. Okay, so inside that I create one more folder. Okay, so inside assignments, what I do is, so let me create for one name, some Kondababu. For Kondababu, I created subfolder. Okay, so Kondababu has to work on inside this Kondababu folder. He has to click on package. Okay, let me do one thing instead of it. What I do is just delete it. Let me create the folder from file system. So in SRC folder, so let me add some new folder, assignments. See, package name must be in small letter. Okay, do not confuse. Okay, we have to follow this as well. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, it is taking as a assignments only. Okay, no problem. So inside that, on each name, I will create folder. Okay, like for all of you, I will create each folder. Panda Babu, some Ravi Kumar. Okay, like that. So what you have to do is you have to work on your respective folders. Okay, you have to create the package inside your respective folders and you have to complete your assignments. Okay, inside that you can directly create a class and you can work on it. Okay. Okay, so let me push this as well. Okay, if you go to your master branch, okay, git status. Okay, so Git status, it is not showing anything. Okay, where we are, September. Okay, so what I do is, let me open. Okay, here I need to open Git bash here. Git status. We have added some files, right? But it is not still showing anything. Your branch is up to date with the origin master. Why it is not showing these subfolders? It has to show. So let me check it from the. Okay, so we have to open. So let me open Git commit. It opens one Git separate window. This is the window it has opened, but nothing is showing to commit. Okay. Yeah. So here it has to show that folders as well, that packages as well, but it is not showing. So let me check and okay, I will get back to you. Okay, so these folders I will push to our code. Okay, so let me open that project explorer. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this code I will these folders I will push to our remote branch. Okay, so you have to work on your respective folders. Okay. Yeah, so this way you have to work with the Git. Okay, so once you start practicing it, once you start assignments and once you pushing your code and pulling your code, once you do this practice, okay, so in organizations you can survive independently. Okay, you can work like individual contributor. No need to look for the help from anyone. Okay, so let me stop this recording.